Hello again. Here I am with analyzing male slavery, and we're talking about this Overlord DVD, fella, and it's
Yeah.
still more get woke, go broke business. And of
Yes.
course, it's ridiculous. The posturing these guys go through is through the roof.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of irony going on too. Now we'll take a listen to them, and you'll understand what we mean.
To save pop culture, and if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. My friends, we are winning the war on woke. You may find that hard to believe, given our prevalent gender-swapping virtues.
Yeah. He's talking more wokeness.
We're winning a war. No, we're not.
No. What they are is victims. That's like the Romans grabbing a hold of you and doing a decimation. And you're saying we're winning. They're tiring out from killing us,
Yes.
Signaling sniveling snowflakiness is in Hollywood right now.
No, this isn't Snowflake. This is the girls Overlord coming in and wrecking guys' stuff, and you guys sitting there on your hands. That's what's going on here.
I tell you what, the person who uses the term snowflake is often a whining wimp themselves, basically. And it's just a way of saying, oh, he's a wimpy loser. It's a way of saying that. And these are the guys that are whining, and they're the wimps because they're getting trampled all over. And look, I'm going to do this as harshly as possible in this video. We've got to break down this ego defense bullshit. It's leading many into a dead end. The lack of self-awareness is staggering because, look, I can forgive short-term mistakes, misunderstandings, but this is long-term now. This has been going on for years, and men are still resorting to the same mindless ego defenses over and over again. They're not learning.
No. Actually, I don't know if it's about not learning so much as not admitting anything. These guys grasp at straws.
They don't want to learn.
No, they don't want to know.
Yes. But let's look at a few facts for a moment. 2 days ago, Pedro Pascal dared to post a meme that gravely insulted half the Star Wars fan base. A meme so vile, I refused.
Well, there you go. Right now, they're just telling this fan base, which is mainly guys, that you're a bunch of wimps. Go suck it. They've been doing this for years now. What's your name? Overlord DVD. They've been doing it for years. So what did you guys do? Nothing for years.
Yes.
To show it here. He got defiant about it. He defended it. He fanned the flames around it, and then he deleted it. Why do you think he did that when he was signaling so virtuously, self-immolating in his pyre of pseudo-progressivism? Because of this.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to talk about virtue signaling, it's not virtue signaling, they're just attacking men.
Yes, exactly. And here's the feminist here. So, of course, he's not a progressive. He's a male feminist at best.
Yeah. So, isn't Johnny Depp being fired for a movie project? I think Disney's involved, is it? Or am I wrong? But he's been fired from a major studio. I think it's actually Warner Brothers, but he's been fired from a major studio, right? I don't think Amber Heard's been fired, even though she's the one that cut Johnny Depp's fingertip off, put a cigarette out on him, and took a dump on his bed, and bragged about. But she was right. She says no one's going to believe you, right? I'm a woman. I can do what I want. She's more or less said that. Right, and it has been proven right. And Johnny Depp lost his libel case, absolutely ridiculous, but he's been punished for losing it like he's been found guilty in a court of law or in a criminal court. He hasn't been found guilty of anything, right? And he's still being punished. And the news media is jumping down his neck as well. And they're leaving details out in the story about her abuse and trying to frame it as him as the abuser, right? These so-called progressives or woke people are not going anywhere. These feminists are here to stay. They're still holding the gatekeeper positions, and there's nothing getting done about it.
Yes, these guys deciding to not buy something doesn't change anything.
Oh, can I say that read thing? That's the autistic. That's actually usually applied to autistic people. Really, it's an autistic person losing their temper, right? That's very crass and tasteless in and of itself. But here's another thing as well. It's not effective to laugh at these women going re, because look, when a man does it, going re, and they get laughed at for it, they're powerless, right?
Yeah.
When a woman goes re like that and loses her temper, stuff gets done. Society intervenes. So it's a power move by the women. It's not a powerless loser. That's the difference.
Yeah, do you hear that, Overlord DVD? You
Yes.
are the guy who has no power, and
Yeah.
this woman up here, she can still do what she wants.
Yes.
She's got society backing her, and you are helpless.
Yes.
Folks, months ago, I did a video about woke being no longer welcome at Disney, and this is probable confirmation of that
It's feminism, and it's still there, and they're in charge.
Video in which it was rumored that Disney was moving forward a for-profit company, and that they would no longer tolerate their employees and partners insulting and alienating fans. Pedro, the star of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, so why did he do that then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mandalorian may have reveled in setting his career on fire with his hateful meme and in playing burning martyr like some kind of modern-day Juan of Arc. But Disney did not want to burn with him, and so, mysteriously, he yanked that thing down, and I have no doubt it was because of Disney.
It might have been, but he just might have been getting enough personal flack that he said, yeah, it's too much heat for me personally.
But the question is, why did he feel safe to do that tweet? Right, that meme. Why did he feel safe? Because he thought, I'm attacking other men. I'm attacking nerd men. These nerd men may be paying my bills because they want to watch this content, but I'm still totally safe and free to attack them.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And why did Disney feel compelled to make this change in their woke policies? Because of us. Because of pressure from good people like you fighting back against this woke wankery.
This is delusional.
Because of Doomcock and Nerdrotics and Geeks and Gamers and other leading lights in the fandom menace who are sick and tired.
Nerdrotic? All I've seen that guy do is make money for his wife, to keep his wife around.
Of being lectured to in our entertainment and watching our beloved modern myths and legends being gutted on the altar of...
Sorry, he's using a euphemism again. Oh, we don't like being lectured to. No. They're injecting feminist hate into these franchises or just trashing them on purpose, right, to drive the male fans away. They don't even care about getting female fans. They just want the male fans who know their place and will take any amount of abuse, and they don't care if the franchise goes bust. Because I've said this before and I'll say this again. What will happen? These companies will go bust and the feminists will just move on to the next company if they go bust, right? And like again, a woman can always find a provider. A man can't find a provider. So the men who lose their jobs will be most affected. The women who lose their jobs will be less affected because they've got affirmative action and they can shack up with men. Full stop.
And if you're a feminist woman whose job, or I should say her hobby, is destroying your stuff, Overlord, then they're laughing. They destroy your stuff. They move. They get paid for it. Then they move on to their next job. And you know something? Doctor Who and these other franchises, they don't recover.
Yes.
There's not coming back. It's not like there's not like a springboard where you push it down, you let go, and it springs back up. It's destroyed. You know.
Yes.
Takes
and the thing is, we did a video the other day about Funimation and Crunchyroll. The feminists control that.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, even I haven't seen any major companies go bankrupt over this yet, right? But they're still spreading and forming. So even if some companies do go bankrupt, they're spreading at a faster rate, that they're going down, getting destroyed.
Yes, exactly. There's the list is as long as my arm now, about either single movies or just franchises.
I think June's getting feminist treatment as well, because someone who's an expert in June watched the trailer with me, and he told me what was wrong with it. It looks like they're doing a feminist hit job in June in the upcoming movie.
Oh wow!
They're still doing this. They're not going away. And the thing is, the conditions that led to this, male apathy and female social dominance, right, are still going to be there. So these companies going bust is not going to resolve the core dynamics of this situation.
Yeah. Do you hear that, Overlord? Nothing has changed. This has been going on. This is 5 years now. It's going on 2021, right? Since Ghostbusters 2016. So it's 5 years now.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And you got to remember there was uproar about the movie for an entire year, and the media attacking the male fans, right?
Yes.
So it's been going on since 2015 at least.
Exactly.
Yes.
We have been fighting back for years, my friends. And in today's video,
Oh, you haven't. You've been sitting on your asses.
I bring you proof that we are winning. As you are no doubt aware, the BBC is one of the worst woke offenders of all. In a brutal evisceration of perhaps the oldest and grandest of all pop culture myths, the BBC allowed a virtue-signaling buffoon named Chris Chibnall to transform Doctor Who from an imaginative and playful romp through time and space into a nasty, creepy little virtue-signaling woke shop, where the Time Lords were thieves who stole their powers from and built their civilization upon the repeated murder of a timeless female ethnically diverse child, killing it over.
By the way, the diverse ethnic doesn't matter. It's female. That's the number one.
Yes.
That is it.
Yes.
You know,
yes. And look, I've got to say, Doctor Who has been shit for a long time anyway, even before this. I'm sorry. I mean, the first 2 seasons of the modern Doctor Who were okay, but it got too childish, in my opinion. You know, so they couldn't decide whether it was a kids show or adult science fiction. So it was bad anyway. But anyway, it was a feminist who took over the role and shat all over the male fan base, wasn't it?
Of course. I mean, that's who the 13th Doctor is. I mean, this is not going to recover either. Like, the reason why it came back is that there were older guys like me who watched it in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Yeah. Now, the newer generation doesn't have that. The newer generation has this shit show. So it's destroyed. There's without the nostalgia factor, you cannot keep a show like this going. So they did it. They destroyed it.
And over again until they stole its power of regeneration from it and gave it over to the patriarchy. That's right.
Now, hold it now. Overlord, did you not just use a feminist term, the patriarchy? So why are you calling it these woke and SJWs? You just admitted that you know it's a feminist term, or you should.
Gang, white people stole the Doctor's power from her, then used...
No, you're doing the race thing again. It has nothing to do with white people. Men stole something from a woman. That's what it's about.
It to build their white empire.
Can I pause? I'll explain something. Actually, feminists are very smart with the intersectional feminism because they use the race shield, they use the race card to obfuscate the issue, and the right wingers fall for it hook, line, and sinker because a lot of them are actually racists, right? And they take the bait and they make it about race instead of about the real issue, sex.
Yes. And they take the bait gladly because they want the deflection. They don't want to deal with the fact that, Overlord, you do not want to deal with the fact that you are a low status nobody, a guy who's at the mercy of the average woman on the street. And that's who feminist speaks for. You're getting zapped, you're getting disrespected. And so you want it to be about race.
Yes.
Slavery, eh? Wonderful and delightful fantasy stuff from the mind of Christian Balls. The last season absolutely destroyed a British institution, gutting the myth of the Doctor and crushing a story the UK has loved since 1963. Well, payback is a bitch, BBC, and the UK is now fighting back. An article was recently published in the Express that makes clear just how much trouble the BBC is in and how badly the BBC is about to pay for their woke wankery. The article, titled BBC Struggles with Huge Backlog of Customers Canceling a £157.50 TV license fee, made me laugh and laugh and laugh. And it was the laughter born of great satisfaction.
Sorry, I want to be pedantic here because I know enough about American culture to say $150.50. Okay, it's weird when Americans don't know to go £150.50. You know, it's just a minimum amount of respect, trying to learn about our culture. Bloody hell. But anyway, I'm sorry to be pedantic here. But no, anyway, this defund the BBC seems to be right wing. This campaign, because I've seen them on Twitter, and they can, like, for example, the free market, we shouldn't be funding public broadcast TV. They've got a real right wing free market streak. But the other week, I saw them complaining about them refusing to sing the national anthem on the BBC. And I was thinking, hang on, if it's really about the government interference, right, you wouldn't want the government promoting nationalism. They're promoting values, promoting nationalism. If you want them to sing the national anthem at certain things, you want them to do that, but you want the BBC defunded. So no, actually, it's not that. You just don't like the left wingers in the BBC, and you would actually be fine with the BBC. They're promoting right wing values that you want. So there's a lot of hypocrisy over this.
Of course.
Yes.
Following the self-destruction of Doctor Who this past series, I called on everyone to cancel their TV licenses. My UK folks told me it wasn't that simple, it would be difficult, and while I don't claim to have enough influence in the world as of yet...
It's not difficult. I've never paid my TV license. Fuck that. You just don't answer the door. They can't prove you got a TV. They haven't got the powers. They're not the police. They haven't got the powers to come in. So they've never had the powers to come in. It only catch you if you're stupid. So yeah.
But this guy's trying to take some credit for that, for whatever's going on.
I think there was an uproar about making older people pay their TV license as well, and that's why there's a lot of backlash against the BBC. And look, the BBC has turned to trash, right? The quality of the BBC has declined greatly. Their shows used to be a lot better. Like if you watch some of the old TV shows, old comedies, like, there's nothing that matches Monty Python.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right? Or the young ones from the 80s. There's no comedy that matches that. There's no such fiction that matches the old Doctor Who or Blake Seven or Survivors. That's the science fiction about apocalypse.
White Dwarf. Or the
Red 70s, the Red Dwarf as well. But there was a 70s show called Survivors, which was very good. Then they made a remake in like 10 years ago, which was complete trash, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference in quality. So it's been declining for a long time. So
to have caused this to happen entirely myself, I do take great satisfaction in the confirmation that what I called for is not only possible, but it is coming to...
So it's not woke. The woke, when someone uses the term woke, they sound like a fucking wanker as well. It just sounds so lame. Woke. It's not woke. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It's a very sarcastic term as well.
Yeah, of course. A very edgelord. Edgelords are the lowest spawn scum around.
Perfectly massive way that is driving the BBC to its knees. Quote, the corporation admitted to express.co.uk that its phone lines were experiencing an overwhelming amount of calls. This has resulted in a backlog of people being delayed as they opt out of paying the £157.50 annual fee.
It's Rebecca Ryan. Sorry, I want to be pedantic again. Right, okay, I've learned about American culture. Please take the time to learn about British culture. It's got the pound symbol before the money symbol, but you still put to the number, but you still pronounce it afterwards. It's £157, not pounds 157. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to do that.
Well, look, even we know that the Japanese use a yen. You know, it's like, come on, dude. Like, it's Britain. It's where you guys came from. It's where Canada came from.
Can you even find Britain on the map?
What's that?
Can you even find Britain on the map? I've heard like 40% of Americans can't, apparently.
Oh, wow.
So,
well, I heard that 40% can't find their own state in the country.
Yes.
Defund the BBC said the online form says customers have to call, but then the call system says to go online as all agents are busy before hanging up.
Well, that's nothing to laugh about. It's actually quite annoying. It's their way of not having to deal with you. So
yes. Oh, you can cancel the direct debit, thankfully. So it's easy to cancel.
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're villain.
Yeah. I doubt that. So he's trying to put that voice on, but I doubt he sounds like that.
Trying to give the public the
What's that?
No, I was just doing. Sorry, carry on.
Okay.
old runaround, making it difficult for them to cancel their TV licenses and withdraw support for these cultural vandals. Sounds like the BBC is, to quote Paul McCartney, banned and on the run to me. Rebecca Ryan, who is doing a splendid job.
Yeah, but how does he know that their motivation is that they don't like the feminist stuff in there? You know?
Yes, I doubt it, to be honest.
Yes. Like you say, it could be that just the overall quality and people getting on YouTube and saying, I don't want my TV anymore. You know?
Yes.
Job organizing the campaign to defund the BBC, stated, quote, the BBC appears to be deliberately preventing people from canceling their TV licenses by bouncing them back and forth between their website and call center, neither of which are currently functional. This is deeply worrying. People should not be trapped into paying a license for a service they do not use, particularly when it is under the guise of a public service and categorized as a tax. Imagine if this happened with vehicle tax. There would rightly be uproar. Ryan further advised, those wanting to cancel their license but finding themselves blocked in this way should simply cancel their direct debit and write TV licensing an email confirming that they no longer need a license. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The BBC actually tried to blame the beer bug, of all things, for their lack of responsiveness in processing the many, many citizens who want to cancel the BBC. And an official spokesperson issued the following statement. We have more calls than usual at the moment, and they are taking longer to answer as we operate in accordance with beer buggery government guidelines. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused. Yeah, I'll bet you are. Isn't that something? They actually try to blame the beer bug. However, in this article, Ms. Ryan accuses the BBC of trying to intimidate vulnerable and underprivileged citizens out of canceling their TV licenses. Oh man, they're trying every trick in the book, aren't they? It seems that, like the jackals that they are, the BBC mainly goes after the weaker members of the herd in pursuing legal action against license violations. The Ministry of Justice reports, for example, that 72% of all prosecutions for TV license violations were brought against women.
Hold it now. How are they weaker just because they're women? You know, it's got nothing to do, like, is upper body strength supposed to make them more vulnerable to, you know, they can't drop their licensing, you know, what's not to mention, he just mentioned about patriarchy earlier. So he recognizes as feminist, like now he's jumping to the old women are victims bullshit. This guy is so unaware. Oh my God, jeez.
In recent years. In short, my friends, the BBC is desperate because their free ride on the government teat is ending.
Well, by the way, do you think 72% of women, it being women, is just a coincidence?
I do think I think it's probably single mothers who can't afford to pay it, most likely, or I'm going to say something a bit controversial. I think women are a bit less savvy about TV license avoidance. Maybe, I don't know, because it's very easy to avoid. They don't have the legal power to get in at all.
Yeah,
they don't. So I think I don't think it's. I suspect it's a lot of it's older women as well, because they're more older people are more conformist and compliant in general. Yeah.
Well, so I'm proof positive of that.
Talk that Boris Johnson himself is looking to defund the BBC, and in the face of all these cancellations and defunding calls, this nest of woke.
He's really right wing. He's a part of the Tory government. He probably, if he wants to defund the BBC, he's done for his own reasons, basically. Yes. If you're not agreeing with him politically.
Exactly.
Vipers is squirming like worms on hooks because, as it turns out, most people don't like woke wankers. That kind of garbage is a kind of boutique niche. It gets you a lot of praise.
No, it isn't. Feminism is all over. It's in UK, it's in Canada, it's in the States, and they're doing whatever they want, whenever they want. Overlord.
Well, they're actually getting, they're kicking men. In Canada, there was this guy who was kicked out of university for misogyny because he was pro-life, basically, and he compared abortion to the Holocaust, which is a stupid thing to say. But I'm sorry, he should not have been kicked out of university. But he was kicked out for misogyny. The point I'm making is they need to control the universities. They gatekeep all the powerful positions.
I hope
and the non-BBC media is feminist as well. Star Trek going down the toilet. That's not public service broadcasting, is it?
No, exactly.
Yeah. The head of CBS lost his job. He was fired and lost his bonus. His bonus was donated to Me Too. That's a corporation. That's not public service broadcasting, is it?
Yeah. Well,
these Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, that's not public service broadcasting. I could give more examples, but yeah.
Well, you just to back you up, I think someone down here in the comment section mentions Hollywood. Hollywood is not government funded, you know.
Yes,
that's the pure.
They start calling they call Hollywood communist to deflect.
Oh my God! Please no.
Yeah.
For your virtue signaling at cocktail parties, but the public is sick to.
The other thing, cocktail parties. So he's trying to make it about wealthy people. You know, this has nothing to do with that at all. You know,
the death of it, and they no longer want to sponsor it on their dime. You virtue signal long enough, you're going to have to wind up doing it on the dole, you dozy pillocks. You put Dr.
I mean, who would these wealthy people virtue signal to if it was just something to delete?
Right? It's a euphemism as well. They're not just virtue signaling, they're attacking someone.
Yes.
Yeah. When white nationalists rant on about the Jews on social media, they're not virtually signaling, are they? They're attacking someone. That's the problem. The virtue signaling is another cowardly euphemism, and it's an edgelord term as well.
Exactly. Do you understand that, Overlord? You're being attacked because you're a low-life nerd to these people, and you're a guy. And that's what a nerd usually is. Female nerds don't exist. And that's what's happening. It's not virtue signaling. They're attacking you. You've been taking up the yin yang like all the rest of the average guy, like myself, because we're powerless. Why can't you just come out and say that?
Who through the woke ringer, you're going to find your nuts in the ringer one way or the other. People, we are winning the war on woke. Viacom CBS invested countless millions into Star Trek disgracery, with the final result being they have to rebrand CBS All Access into Paramount Plus. And season 1 of Star Trek disgracery, broadcast on CBS in prime time, is consistently getting beaten like a cheap rug in the ratings by shows like Celebrity Family Feud and Match Game.
Well, that's very
Celebrity Family Feud, right? That's beating it in the ratings. What does that show appeal to? What demographic?
Yes, exactly.
It's obvious to figure out, what's going on here. Yes. So what they've done, they've trashed the franchise and they go, oh well, this show that will appeal to women, we'll show that instead. And on Family Feud, it's probably women bitching at men, and women love watching it.
Yeah. Well, Family Feud, let's say, actually, it's just a game show. But I mean, you're right. It's probably women at home watching it. A lot of that comes on daytime, by the way. So you're either an unemployed guy or you're a woman.
Last week's episode saw STD lose 25% of its audience in one fell swoop. Why? Because it's a woke mess that has ruined yet another of our cultural myths. Disney has backed away from supporting idiots like Pedro Pascal when they abuse the fans, remembering at last that they are a for-profit corporation, not social workers. And
if that was the case, Overlord, how come they let things like the Ghostbuster 16? Why did they let that go tits up? And they never learned, right?
Yes.
All these guys, they're all for profit, but they've been willing to lose money for 5 years. Like, come on, dude.
And now, the failure of the BBC is but the latest bit of proof that get woke, go broke is not merely a cliche, it is a universal.
That's saying, if I could just take a shotgun to it and put it out of its misery.
Universal law. Disney, Viacom, CBS, BBC, all are struggling now not to drown in a sea of red ink. Each of these companies is guilty of destroying part of our civilization, and now they're paying the price for their lack of vision.
That's an exaggeration. Come on, man.
Yeah. Each of these companies.
Yeah.
Rest assured, my friends, we can do without them much more easily than they can do without us. And that is what we...
I don't think so.
The thing is, Overlord DVD, he would probably marry one of these feminists who destroyed the company and pandered to her. I said, no, you can be a stay-at-home housewife. I'll look after you, basically. These women are not worried because he's talking about these corporations as sexualist entities. It's the feminists within these corporations that are doing the damage.
Yes, they're doing it, and they're going to be okay. Because that's why they do what they do. It's a win-win situation for them, Overlord. They're not going to suffer. The people who want to do it are not going to suffer. At worst, maybe some of the guys that pander to them in these companies might find themselves in, financial hot water, later on.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is just the way men are. Look at yourself. You can't even say the word feminist. You think these guys are going to be any different from you?
Yes. Shall we look at the comments? I think he's about finished.
It's pretty well beat here.
Yeah.
Bring these comments up. They will come up.
Just want to load it because it's toxic. It's like...
Oh, it's being slow tonight.
Well, refresh it.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Here, let me just pause too. Here we are in the comment section.
It's a bit too zoomed in for me. It's weird.
Oh, is it too? Hopefully they can. What's that?
No, I fixed it. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at this. I love the NPC meme. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
First chin balls. They love that word. They love that name. Chin balls. I canceled my TV license after Doctor Who episode Arachnids in the UK. Not watched an episode of Doctor Who since. Yeah, well,
let's open up.
What's that?
Let's see what they say, because it's the comments that you see a lot of right-wing hijacking.
Yeah. Gee, this if he's a Brit, he looks like someone from the States.
They're breeding and multiplying and taking over the world.
Yeah. You have spared yourself a great deal of pain. Okay. You watch into that far. Okay, so I don't know if there'll be that much to look at in the comments. Can I stop watching? Thanks, BBC.
There's some right-wing comments that I saw.
Okay, that's okay.
Scroll down.
That's it. I know it's not necessarily in this thread.
Yeah, we're just looking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they're just talking about the episode. Okay. TV absolutely garbage. Now that was pretty well true what you said. From the UK and BBC is absolute garbage. Months for dragging nails, but woke BBC is finally going to cancel my TV license part. Okay, so he got his money back. BBC is woke again. Garbage supposed message to infect the minds.
To be honest, BBC was going downhill since it got rid of the original Top Gear and started destroying Doctor Who. Yes, the Top Gear was a very popular show. I think they even showed it in America and Canada, most likely.
I've heard of the name, but never watched it. But I've heard of it.
It's a very laddish TV show, like three blokey blokes talking about cars, quipping jokes, driving about, bonding and hanging about and joking around with each other. Men loved Top Gear. but they got rid of the presenters for being problematic, basically too male. In other words.
Yes, exactly. There weren't the bonding probably pissed them off too.
Yeah.
This guy defund the BBC. There's another one. Defund the CBC. Say okay.
Open up some of the big threads to see what we can find. There's going to be some right-wing hijacking.
Okay, let's see this. Let's do this one. Jeremy Wales. Here they're coming. Doesn't sound like they're going to have much to say though. He's just okay.
Let's look for some go woke, go broke ones with long threads.
Exactly.
I jumped into a few to try and knock some sense into people when they weren't listening.
Dude, I don't know what this Pedro is. Oh yeah, he's the guy at the first.
He's the guy who did that meme. Yeah. The actor in Mandalorian. Exactly.
Star we won on BBC. We'll never find more wretched. Let's see. That's a corporation. Let's see. Doomcock. See. BBC viewers are revolting. Me, I agree with statements off. Okay. I don't know if we're going to find some.
Right, let's keep on scrolling. Ignore these short ones, the generic ones. Just
okay.
The autist whisperer. I've seen him about. Just changed his avatar. Camera's scrolling.
They're just saying the same thing over and over again.
Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Memories for cancellation after BB. All your adult life at retirement age receive free TV license.
The year the BBC decided they need that money for Black Lives Matter. Don't even know what it means. I don't think the BBC's been giving money to Black Lives Matter, so as I'm aware.
Yeah, really. It's news. They're still talking about the license. There's not a lot of creativity in this.
Yes. There is some go broke comments, threads, long threads. Maybe Doomcock's deleted them. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm not seeing them.
Yeah. Carry on.
Here's one though. It's the same thing. That's why I mentioned Hollywood.
Yeah.
We all just dump Hollywood for good. Let's see. I kind of wonder.
Dump.
Oh, dump. He's got big dumb. Or will we go back to mindlessly consuming? Come on. You were mindlessly consuming the whole time. Just that this mindless consuming was insulting you.
Yeah.
Never give up, never surrender. Oh, yeah. Biden hasn't won anything yet. What the hell?
Yeah. Bro. You see, the Trump nutcase.
Yeah.
Actually, so all this has been happening under Trump, right? So why does he even care that Trump's not got elected?
Yeah.
Carry on. Yeah. Scrolling.
Here we are. Here, finally. Why does wokeness promote inclusivity and diversity when it actually produces the opposite? Because it's not wokeness, frag a lot. It's feminism.
It doesn't promote inclusivity and diversity, does it? It's attacking men.
Yes, exactly.
So let's see if there's any decent replies.
Okay, let's see what he said. I doubt it, but we'll take a look. Cultural Marxism. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cultural Marxism. There, look, Karl Marx never promoted diversity. He was just jealous of rich people and wanted anyone to be wealthy. Problem is, ended up making everyone poor, except for the few who were in power.
Karl Marx never made anyone poor since he never took power. Yeah. So I don't know what he's on about. Yeah. Okay, he died before any of the Marxists took power.
Yeah. They're a lot like fire safety inspectors who create fire hazards. Oh, so they can get a repeat gig. The entirety of social justice.
Oh, the upper and lowercase nonsense. I hate when they type it out like that. It look like why? That's another fucking cringe edgelord thing.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really pathetic.
Its current configuration consists of mostly white grifters creating racial tension or making a show working against it so they can justify their own existence. Like, it's bringing race into it.
Yes, of course. They always do.
Let's scroll down.
Yeah. Oh my God, this guy's got a wall of text.
Yeah, let's skip that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't have a TV license. Let the heat flow through.
Let's go to see a Go Woke, Go Broke. There are some there. We'll find one.
That's what I mean. We're going through them. Character stuff, talented. You can also hear Doomcock's voice. Canceled my TV license. Wow. Lots more canceled my TV license. I guess these guys don't read each other's comments.
Yeah. They'd be better at jumping on each other's comments and boost them up.
Yeah.
A global warming denialist. Look, Critter Hunter at the bottom.
Yes, Critter Hunter. Global warming. Statistical models show that it will happen. Me. What about models showing what can't happen in the middle of the night, say around 3 p.m. Oh my God.
Even on about?
This is a mental defect, as you would say.
Yes.
Oh my God. This these are canceled. They're still talking about canceling. Oh my God. And what's last? 244. I'm looking for Get Woke, Go Broke. Doomcock. I guess his real name is Doomcock. Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his nickname. Yes, he's called Doomcock. It's a joke character.
Well, the way you describe it, it makes the timeless child sounds like pedophiles draining the child of andronachrome. Oh my gosh, this guy's out to lunch.
Well, maybe the BBC bosses spent some time partying at Epstein Island. That obsession with Epstein again.
Yeah, they do. God. Oh, I don't know if I
TV license just sounds creepy and Orwellian to any American. Okay, but the thing is, it actually works for like 50 years. We had better TV than Americans.
Yeah.
Any replies?
Yeah.
You got Guantanamo Bay. You know, I think that's a bit more creepy and Orwellian.
Look, he said America had several channels like PBS that are government funded. It's the phrasing that makes it seem Orwellian. In Australia, they say 8 cents a day of your tax goes to funding the national broadcaster. Oh, I guess he was just saying, yep, that exists other places. It's PBS in order to watch any other channels. Government should not own media outlets. I don't know about that because, you know, the corporations certainly haven't done a good job.
Yes.
Let's see.
Well, let's go to another comment.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, that's a suck up thing. Just skip that one.
Yeah. Oh. Look, he's saying to you. It's Doomy. It's 157 pounds 50. Yet someone finally. He probably doesn't look at the comment section, by the way, I bet. There's some comments that I jumped on. I can't see them. I'm surprised. Yeah.
There's people like ranting on about leftists and Hitler was a left winger and nonsense like that. You know, there were some real deranged comments.
So I'm looking for them now.
Maybe it's that one. I'm an American and I do TV license. So Orwellian, was it like a cable bill each month? No, you pay it yearly. It's actually better than the actual tax because it's easier to avoid. Actually. Yes, it doesn't come out straight out of the government taxes. You've got to pay it. So if you don't want to pay it, you don't watch. The thing is, if you don't watch TV, you don't pay it either. Like in government-funded channels in the USA, right, or Canada, you're probably paying for your taxes, even if you don't watch TV.
Oh, there's one of the cringiest pieces of what is it? Computing forever. He's always laughing his ass over something that's kicking him in his ass. It's like what you would call a wanker.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call him a wanker. I'm not going to insult anyone, no matter how misguided or stupid they are. So, but he's an extreme right winger, I've got to say. So he's a massive tradcon as well, like many anti-feminists, unfortunately.
Yeah. They don't call themselves anti-feminist anymore. Remember?
Yeah. Because they don't care about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's right. So go on, go.
Oh, there you are. I never paid it. Only cowards do. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see if anyone said anything to you. That was 3 hours ago. So everyone give me. See it?
Okay, these guys make a good point. Ed Carones the third. Oh, it seems to be so. Go to read more. It amazes me. Ed Carones the third. Ed Caron the third. That one, yes. Expand it. It amazes me that a handful of families like the Murdochs are allowed to monopolize control of media institutions around the world. But it seems to be a problem to anyone in a position to challenge it. The payoffs must be nice. Yet Rupert Murdoch owns so many newspapers and owns so many news channels. And do you know what he owns? Fox News. Yeah, he owns Fox News, right wing. Okay, he also owns The Sun, the most popular newspaper in the world. Okay, the highest selling newspaper in the world. I think it sells like 8 million copies a day, and it's right wing trash that threw Johnny Depp under the bus and that's why Johnny Depp tried to sue them for libel. So, yes.
Let's see. So
it proves it's nothing to do with government funding, really.
Yeah. So here, let's see.
Okay, I think we're not going to find it.
No.
It's just like.
So that.
Yeah, we're recording this. It's not a good thing to record. I think we should end it now.
Yeah, you're right. This is pretty well dead. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for everything. Hopefully this guy, Doomcock or whatever his name is, maybe he hears this. I doubt it. Or if he did hear it, he'll just stick his fingers in his ear.
His ego will kick in and he'll defend himself. Also, he can't. The thing is, he's appealing to people who need the ego soothed as well. They want to put up their ego defense. So if he was telling the truth, he'll defend them and trigger them, and they'll just all unsub. He'll probably lose 20,000 subs overnight if he starts speaking the truth. Yeah. Easily.
He's got over 200,000 subs. He can't tell the truth.
Yes.
Doomlord, you cannot tell the truth.
Yes.
You know,
so he's not going to want to know the truth then. I'm done.
Thank you very much, analyzing. Goodbye, sir.